Hi guys, welcome to today's live interview. I hope you're having a great day. We'll wait for a few of you to join before I invite Eve Goldberg of William Goldberg Company to this call. Well, to this chat, to this live interview. I hope that you all know William Goldberg. If you don't, please stay tuned. There will be lots of interesting information. We'll be talking about diamonds and especially a diamond cut, which some of you might not yet familiar with, but it's a custom cut diamond which William Goldberg specializes in. Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know. I'm quite curious to see where you are based right at the moment. And I hope you're having a fantastic day, guys. Here in France, it's a little bit sad and gloomy, but we do what we can. Hi, Eve.
Hi,
How are you?
Katerina.
Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
you virtually this time, but
Oh my
well,
God.
what can
I
we
know.
do? So, welcome, welcome. You are tuning in from New York, I suppose?
Oh dear.
Can you see us?
Oh, there you are. Okay. I see you now.
Perfect.
Oh my
So you
God.
are
This
at the
is what
moment,
live is all about, huh?
yeah, right. Sometimes there's technical issues, but hey ho. So you are tuning in from New York, where your showroom is based, I suppose, right?
Yep, we are in
And
New York.
fantastic. So some of my followers are already familiar with you, others are not. So why don't we say a few words about the company for those who don't know yet, William Goldberg?
Okay. So, first of all, Katerina, thank you so much for having me, for inviting me here and getting to spend a little time with you. Um,
Pleasure.
so, so William Goldberg was founded over 65 years ago by my father, William Goldberg. And we have always specialized in fancy shaped diamonds. So
Mm-hmm.
my dad, from when he first started in the business, that was his niche was always like pear shapes, marquise, ovals, baguettes, anything kind of but round stones. He was
Right.
really an artiste, my father, and for him it was all about the beauty of the stones and being able to see these different fancy shapes and create things with them. So about over 20 years ago, we patented and trademarked the name ASHOKA, the ASHOKA diamond, and that has become a very big part of our business today. The Ashoka was actually a very famous diamond. It was a 41 carat D flawless Golconda stone. And it had a lot of history and a lot of mystery to it and romance. And we loved the cut and we made it our own and we've been cutting it ever since. That's it
Fantastic.
in a nutshell. We'll get into it more later, but that's kind of just a brief intro.
Yeah, it's difficult to put, 60 years of a company in like 2 minutes conversation. But
Exactly.
you have joined at the age of 25, from what I remember. Did you always wanted to go in the footsteps of your father, or how did that happen, basically?
Well, it's kind of a funny story because back then my dad came from a certain generation of men that
Mm-hmm.
didn't really look at his daughters as following in his footsteps. So it was always
Right.
my brother, it was always assumed that my brother Saul would join the family business. My sister and I it wasn't really discussed. And
Mm-hmm.
my sister did join the business. She was working here for years. And I was living in Italy at the time and just kind of
Right.
like living my life. I was an aerobics instructor there. I was doing nothing that had anything to do with the diamond business. And my sister was having a baby, so she was going on maternity leave. And my dad asked me to come back for 6 weeks just so
Right.
that I can help out while she was on maternity leave. And now it is 35 years later, and here I am.
Mm-hmm.
So it was never like assumed. It was never like a natural progression. I didn't know like I was going to do this. Although I do have to say, when I was in elementary school, I do remember we had to fill out like sort of this form, whatever, of like where we thought we would be, 20 years from now. And I, at that time when I was a little girl, I did say I wanted to be in the diamond business. So
Ah, well, I
yeah.
guess, yeah, jewelry is something which is, sparkly objects attract children, first of all, and then stays in our memory. That's
Yeah,
what happened to me, and that's what happening with my son. He loves all the sparkly things and gems. And look,
yeah.
there is a comment saying happy birthday to your mom. It's your mom's birthday today.
Oh, well, her birthday was actually on Monday. She turned 91. And she actually came up to our office and we had a celebration of her birthday. She is the matriarch and she is really an inspiration for every one of us. She's an amazing, amazing woman, great energy, positivity, great taste, great style, even at this age. And she's, she's incredible.
So,
Lucky.
who else from your family is in the business apart from yourself?
So there's my brother Saul, my
Hmm.
brother-in-law Barry, and my nephew Benjamin. So we are, and then myself. I'm not leaving anybody else. No, that's just us. And my mom. Well, my mom, up until a year ago, she was still coming into the office 3 to 4 days a week.
Right.
And
Wow.
you she wasn't doing a lot of work. And if you asked her the question, do you still go to work? Her answer would have been, no, I don't go to work. I go to the office. And she just
Mhm.
loved like being around her family and just, being around beautiful jewelry and beautiful diamonds. And this is really, she worked here with my dad for many, many years. This was really her life. She's not a woman that really had a lot of hobbies or, outside interests because this was her home. This is where she came every day. So
I love it how it's a true family affair, because right now there is so many businesses which are owned by, I don't know, company, like more kind of corporate businesses, and with less and less personal touch. And it's amazing to see a big company which still has this personal touch. Talking about that, so you have your brothers in the business, yourself. What is your part in the business? Tell us a little bit about what your responsibilities are within the company.
right. Well, when you're in a family business, you have a lot of responsibilities. It's not, you never say the words, it's not my job.
Mm.
It's, you do whatever you have to do. But my father, when before he passed away, he really set it up so that we had very distinct roles here. So one of the things that I don't do, I don't get involved in buying
Right.
diamonds or anything. That's just not my role. So I am really the creative director here. So I'm not so much a designer as I know what I like, I know what we can sell, and I have a lot of design ideas. I'm just not great at putting it on paper. So I have a great team here, and together we create beautiful jewelry. And then of course we're all in sales. And I'm very much involved in the branding and marketing when it
Hmm.
comes to ASHOKA and finding new relationships, finding new partners around the world who, will carry the ASHOKA.
So I'd say you're probably more creative when your brothers are maybe more technical, right? Because gem buying with diamonds can be a little bit technical. You look at the 4Cs and all the other parameters of diamonds, and that's how you buy. But with marketing and with creating collections, and especially the diamonds you named, the Ashoka, because I said to everyone who is watching that we'll be talking about a special cut.
Right.
So I have some photos which I'm going to show, and I was
Okay.
wondering if maybe you have jewelry which you can also show us from your end.
I do. It's hard to, I'll pick up some pieces, but I have some very nice, yes, I have some beautiful pieces here I can show you. You can show pictures,
Perfect.
I can show pieces, whatever you want to do.
I've just switched comments off so that when you show the jewelry, we can actually see it. So
Right.
let's talk about Ashoka as a diamond. So how is it different from, say, a standard cut? Does it have more facets or?
So the Ashoka has 62 facets. The Ashoka is made from a longer, kind of less deep piece of rough, a shallower piece of rough. It's not a shallow stone, but it's not a deep stone. So it's not
Mhm.
as deep as an emerald cut is, and it has the faceting gives it the look of being 30% larger than an emerald cut.
Right.
So it's really quite incredible. Whenever I compare an emerald cut with an Ashoka cut, I can't sell an emerald cut nine out of
Mm.
10 times. There are some people that still want to have an emerald cut, but the Ashoka looks bigger, it looks brighter. It's just a beautiful cut, and it lends itself to such beautiful design. I mean, it can be very classic, traditional, very modern, very Art Deco. You know, it's a lot of fun to design with the Ashoka.
Mhm.
It's also got a history. So it's a Buddhist warrior who
Right.
was whose name was Ashoka, and he was one who was trying to spread peace and love throughout the land. And so he started out as being a very vicious ruler, but he became a Buddhist, and he was enlightened and really
Mhm.
changed into becoming this, you know, wonderful leader. And we loved when we first saw the original Ashoka, which my brother tried to buy at auction, and we were the underbidder. We didn't buy it. We all became enamored with it, and we just became like intrigued with this cut. And we started doing
Mhm.
some R&D, you know, research and development, and we just played around with it, and we created this incredible our version of the Ashoka cut, which is more brilliant than the original and more beautiful, I would say.
It's very poetic, the story of the diamond as well. That the name is related to a person who kind of rediscovered themselves in a way. Mhm.
Yeah, we
I'm
loved it.
going.
And Ashoka means removal of sorrow. So you know,
Ah.
what better name for a diamond? My father always liked to turn it around because he always said, I don't want to bring in something negative. So he would always say it brings joy into people's lives, as opposed to saying it removes sorrow. But you know, it just depends how you want to look at it. But it's wonderful, and you know, I believe there are a lot of healing properties to diamonds,
Mhm.
and you know, with the Ashoka with the name on top of it, I think it makes it even more powerful.
So let's show a couple of pieces maybe so people can
Okay.
also see what they
Okay.
look like. But by the way, we have one of the viewers who asked what ring you are wearing because
Oh, okay. So this is actually my engagement ring. My husband gave this to me. I got married 7 years ago, and it's a
right.
beautiful emerald. And we put Ashokas. I don't know if you can see it, but there's one
Uh-huh, on
carat
each side.
Ashoka on either side. So when he gave it to me, he was, you know, he kind of let me, you know, well, he came up with the design, but I was like, I want to pick the Ashokas to go on the side because it had to become like mine. And if it didn't have a
Yeah.
show, it's like it was just not. It was not 100%. But I actually really love this ring. Um, and this is kind of we call this the lily chain. This is named for my mom. So this is like something that we actually sell a lot of them. It's like 120 Ashokas on a chain. I wear this all the time. I mean, it's kind of, you know, I'll wear it with a pair of jeans. I'll wear it, you know, when I get dressed up. I'll wrap it around my wrist and 5 times and wear it as a bracelet. It's incredible. This
This
is
is
an
so cool.
incredible piece also. I wish you can actually feel it. You can see the movement that this has. We call it the iceberg bracelet because it literally looks like ice. It's 10 rows of Ashokas. And this,
Wow.
we probably, if we're lucky, we can make one a year because
Mhm.
matching these up and putting these together to make a bracelet is challenging. But honestly, we make them, we sell them. So it seems kind of crazy that we're able to sell them, but we do. And then this is just, I don't know if you can see this well. This is what a 12 carat, you can't
Yeah,
see.
it's substantial. We can see
It's
it's
this,
not just a
right.
little stone there.
Right, here it is in I put it in this ring. It's a 12 carat
Hmm.
Ashoka, which is really, and
Wow.
it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I mean, this is going to make somebody very happy, honestly.
So with Ashoka, you said that the diamond is a little bit, less deep.
Yeah,
Are there any other properties that the diamond should possess to become a beautiful Ashoka?
it has to be cut by somebody at William Goldberg. Can't just be cut by any random person. It has to be, you know, cut with our expertise and certified by us, and come with
Hmm.
an Ashoka certificate. So, you know, it could be, truthfully, we have Ashokas from 30 points up to the largest ever was 48 carats. And everything from D flawless down to, you know, YZ color, yellows, even, you know, a KSI2 ASHOKA cut can be gorgeous because it also faces up wider. That's the other thing I didn't mention. Besides the fact that it's 30% larger, it faces up wider. So even, you know, a JK color looks gorgeous. You can kind of get away with a little bit more in the ASHOKA, you know, maybe, you know, whatever. It's really kind of incredible. I mean, and then like say this, for instance, I don't know if you can see this ring. This is like it's a light brown, but it's a really cool, we call it the pinstripe ring. So it's got like rows of stones going around it.
I'm gonna show you.
There it is, right. I love this ring. It's very cool. It's very, very wearable. It could be a men's ring or a woman's ring.
That's actually a good point, you know, especially now with the tendency of jewelry becoming more gender fluid as well. And, you know, you can see men on the red carpet wearing beautiful brooches and chains and even pearl necklaces and pink earrings too. So I think it's quite a cool idea to make it suitable for both.
And then this is just something this is our ASHOKA Eternity Band. These are all about 1 carat going all the way around. And this, compared to an emerald cut or any other kind of wedding band, they pale by comparison. I mean, it's really, really incredible. And then we've been making watches now with sapphires. We've made them with sapphires, with emeralds, with all diamond, rubies, you know, and we're selling them. I mean, they're really, really gorgeous. There's nothing like these watches, honestly. And then,
I want to ask you about the eternity bands, because from my retail past, you know, when I used to be in the boutiques, I remember sometimes you put on an eternity band, and because the stones are quite deep, it sticks out, so it's not so comfortable for the fingers. So it's not the case with ASHOKA, from what I understand, right? Because they're not as high.
Right. I mean, honestly, these are, you know, 1 carat stones, and it's very comfortable, you know. I mean, normally 1 carat stone, your fingers would be like that, you know, you wouldn't be able to put them together. It's really incredible. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, this ring, this was a Lily Goldberg ring also. She gave this to me as a gift. This is just isn't that cool? It's a trillion. My father, like I said, he loved like unusual cuts, and this was this old trillion, very flat stone, and he made this ring from that. So
it's a very cool design, minimalist, but super cool.
Well, she's a minimalist, my mother. That's who she is. She's minimalist. She'll wear one really special, you know, piece, but she doesn't like a lot. She doesn't like to put a lot on at one time.
And you opposed to your mom? How do you like to style your jewelry? Would you wear more is more, or also just a few pieces?
You know what? It depends. It's funny because I never used to layer, but like here I am. I have like these 4 chains. So for my anniversary a couple of years ago, my husband, he wanted to get me something I would wear all the time because he knows I'm always wearing, you know, William Goldberg ASHOKA jewelry. So he bought me this white. They're diamond. That's the white one. I can't see. It's what diamond beads. And so I wear this every day. And then I bought myself 2 more, one in a gray, one in a black, and then I have a little diamonds by the yard. And I started like layering them, and I kind of love it. That was never my style before. But then I just wear one like great pair of earrings on, you know, 2 rings. Oh, this is a cool bracelet also. I love this piece. This is
very modern.
Yeah, it's very modern. Yeah. It's a new design, and it's really cool. I love this. So it's really, you know, so I don't wear too much, but what I wear is usually significant, you know. For me, it's funny because being in this business, and I'm sure you can relate to this, and being in this office and being able to just, you know, pull anything out of the safe at any time and wear it, I'm so jaded that I'll walk out with earrings like this, and I'll have people literally stop me. Like if I go to, you know, a store, somebody stop me and ask me, or this necklace, I wear it everywhere, and people are like, oh my God. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I realize, like, to me, I'm wearing it every single day, but it's kind of an important
it's a big piece of jewelry. Exactly.
It is.
But I guess it's also the way you wear it. Like if you wear it with this casual approach, some people might think, it's Swarovski, you know what I mean? Like, but if you really stress out, then they'll start thinking, she must have something valuable. But I know, for example, I feel that in New York, women are more brave with their jewelry. At least what I remember from my visits to the Big Apple, that I
Yeah.
saw all these big diamonds worn, in the Fifth Avenue and at lunch here and there. And women felt like we want to express ourselves. But if I, like in France now, you will be lucky to see a big stone here. So I think women
Right. You
feel more
don't.
comfortable wearing.
Yes, I mean, I have to say, like the past year, unfortunately, people don't feel as comfortable.
Mm,
It's just been, New York has been a little bit of a weird place, as the rest of the world has, and I think people
yeah.
have felt a little less safe, unfortunately. But I find that they're getting back to wearing their jewelry, and I mean, I always encourage people to wear their jewelry. I get crazy when people say to me, I have to go get my necklace out of the vault. I have to go to the bank and get my necklace. I'm like, why is your necklace in the bank? Like you should wear it. Even if you're at home and you have a nice dinner party, you're not going out, wear it. You don't only
Hmm.
wear it for other people to show off for other people. You wear it for yourself because it makes you feel good. And that's one of the beautiful things about diamonds is like, it just makes you feel good. I have one friend that calls me and she'll say, I'm coming over, Eve, I need some diamond therapy. And she'll just like go in the
Good
safe
one.
with me and try things on. And it's like,
Yeah.
I have another friend that actually had cancer and she was going for treatment. And she had these beautiful, like long Ashoka earrings. It was like 5 Ashokas hanging,
Hmm.
significant. And she said every time she went for her, chemo or radiation, whatever it was, she said, I wore my earrings. She said, I don't care if people think I'm crazy. They made me feel good and I felt like they brought me luck.
Exactly. I want to actually ask the audience, guys who are watching, I've switched the comments back on because I want to see their perspective on wearing diamond jewelry. Would they feel comfortable, guys? Do you feel comfortable wearing a diamond ring or whenever pleases you, not whenever there is an occasion or whenever you want to, I don't know, check your jewelry vault and maybe take something out for a dinner or something? How about you? Because Eve, I fully support you. I'm a crazy one like you who loves her jewelry, and I don't care if I'm gonna wear it just for me because I love it, not because it's for example, in Russia there was this belief that diamonds should be worn after 6 o'clock in the evening so that they sparkle. And I'm
Huh,
like, this is so old school.
that's
You do it whenever you want.
that was recent. Not
Well,
the old.
this was more or less recent. I think
Wow.
there's like a split of the audience. Ones who are more kind of modern and have this approach to jewelry that we want to express ourselves through jewelry, and others who want to show, so they listen to, I don't know, some forecasters or jewelry icons who they believe are good, who say things like this. You have to wear jewelry in the evening, but you
I
know.
think everybody looking at the comments, everybody agrees.
Perfect.
Everybody
That's what I
agrees,
want to hear. Yeah, the
right?
more the
Everybody.
merrier. There is also a question from the audience, which I wanted to ask you too about your creativity. How do your designs come together? Since there's such a variety, you showed us the eternity ring, which is more traditional. There is also more kind of modern and cool designs like the pink gold ring. There is also, I want to show a piece of jewelry which I love. For example, fan
Oh,
earrings like this. I find
that's
these really
gorgeous.
cool.
Those
So tell
those
us a little bit about the ideas. How do they come flowing?
So first of all, some of the ideas come from the markets that we're in. We've always been a very international company. We might be based in New York, but we really work, my father always traveled around the world and sold everywhere. So we're really in every market from New York to London to Hong Kong to New Zealand,
Hmm.
Korea, like, everywhere. We're in all markets. And so I certain things we have a big variety because I know that the Asian market is going to wear a certain type of jewelry. They're not going to wear some of the big over the top stuff that we make. And then you have the Middle Eastern market that want the big splashy pieces. So we have to do that. So it really, a lot of it comes from that. But my inspiration could come from anywhere, to be honest with you. It could come from like being out to dinner and looking at like some really cool like napkin ring. If I'm in someone's home and they have a really gorgeous napkin ring that is, you know, obviously looks like it's gems but not real gems, and I'll take
Yeah.
that inspiration and make it into a ring, you know, into
Mm-hmm.
something that's, you know, with natural diamonds. And then, you know, it comes, sometimes it comes just from, you know, whatever, looking at a magazine or a dress or something in fashion, or, you know, it can,
Or
oh, I have
flowers.
that here. Well, that, yes, that I'm also always looking to create. That's right here. Yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually have the earrings to match it as well. So that you know, so the Ashoka, I really wanted to like really soften it up and do something that was more, you know, that was more floral. So, you know, I always like to mix it with Ashokas if we can, and I think it really worked well with that. So, you know, today I find that, you know, a lot of the inspiration comes from, you know, people wanting to wear their jewelry and not really going places. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, wanting something that's a little bit more fun, a little bit more like toned down, not as big, not as important, wearable. I feel like
Right.
wearable jewelry is just, you know, wearable jewelry for me could be very different than wearable jewelry for somebody
We
else.
can see, right?
Exactly. So it's not all, it doesn't always like, it's not always the same, but you know what I'm saying today. It's like people don't want to put something in the vault. They really want something that they can wear every day and feel comfortable in. And we're on a Zoom call. So, you know, this is what shows today, you know. Um,
Exactly. Tell us, please, with Ashoka Diamonds, is it exclusively for William Goldberg jewelry, or there is, because I think Boodles in the UK, they also had a collection with these diamonds.
yes.
How do you choose who can create a collection with this exclusive cards or who can't?
Right. Well, we choose our partners around the world very, very carefully. And I would say that I think every one of our partners is also a family business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that it's not, I mean, we do look for that, but it just seems to make sense because when you get the owners of the company behind it, when they're passionate about it and when they believe in it, you know,
Yeah.
that's it. There's and the staff loves, you know, every one of our partners tell us how their staff loves Ashoka, loves selling Ashoka. So it really translates, you know, from the owner of the company down to the sales staff and everybody else. And so we, you know, we don't pick, I would say every year we probably get one new, maybe two, 1 to 2 new Ashoka clients. And that's
Mm-hmm.
it, you know, because it is limited production as well. So I don't, you know, have enough to, you know, supply 10 new customers this year. And we don't really
Yeah.
want that. We still want it to be exclusive. Boodles has been fantastic. They've been our client now for they've been since we created the Ashoka, which was in 1999. I don't know, it
Mm-hmm.
was probably around them or a little bit later. They were really the first ones to jump
Right.
on. They loved it, and they've been creating gorgeous jewelry. So they buy loose from us, they make their own jewelry, and we're so proud to have them as a partner, as we feel about all of our other partners.
You know, you were talking about how they love selling Ashoka jewelry. I just want to show close up because I feel it's such a beautiful cut because it's not emerald. Emerald is so graphic. It's in a way it's a little bit harsh because the angles are more pointy. Here it's a nice mix between emerald and cushion with soft angles on the sides, and just it's very feminine in a way, no? Like a nice touch of femininity there and a beautiful curve. So what is there not to love?
Right. I mean, we love it. We love it. And I can't say that I've come up with anybody who has said they don't like it. They don't necessarily, not everybody buys it. Obviously, there's other cuts and, you know, it's, you know, I feel like it's gaining a lot of momentum out there, but there's still obviously people are going to want other cuts. But when people see it, it's just everybody's reaction is really that it's beautiful because it's just a beautiful cut. It's sexy, it's elongated, and so it really looks
Yeah.
beautiful on the finger. And like I said, it's very architectural looking. you know, it's soft because it has the soft, the rounded corners, but it's architectural looking. You can create such incredible pieces. It's so fun. I just like, you know, throw the stones on a pad and just start like moving them around and creating pieces and working with our designers here. And it's a lot of fun. And it's, you know, my father always said that, you know, we were very lucky that he put us in a business like this where we're selling beauty.
Lovely quote. There is a question, a good question from the audience, and I think it leads to one of the pieces of jewelry I want to show. Do you have a favorite stone apart from diamond? What are the other gemstones you like?
Well, I guess I have to say emerald. Yeah,
Exactly.
here we have an emerald ASHOKA also. That's probably what you have.
Yes, please show us. Okay, I'm just going to
Yeah.
switch off the comments.
Yeah, it's an ASHOKA trilogy with an emerald in the middle. Yeah,
How
I
beautiful
love.
is that?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, I love it. I wear my emerald, even though I probably shouldn't wear it every day because it's, you know, it's a little too soft for that. But first of all, it has a lot of meaning because my husband gave it to me. It was our engagement ring, and I love it. You know, sometimes I have to have it repolished because
Mhm.
it gets a little beat up, but I don't care. I'm still gonna wear it. I'm not gonna keep it in the vault. Not my style.
Exactly. And I think also when you wear a big piece of jewelry, you become conscious about it after a while. So you know it's there. So your movements change as well. You know you have a big ring there, so you're just more careful. So we showed the diamond ring, and also I wanted to show, oh, sorry, the emerald ring. Now we have a
Oh yeah,
sapphire as well.
I have that also. Yeah.
Yes, let's have a close look. Can you put it on, please? I just want to see the size of the stone. It looks very substantial.
It is
Look at
substantial.
that. Wow. How
Yeah.
big is the carat weight here? Do
This
you
one
remember?
I think this is 10 carats.
Uh-huh.
No, actually, I think it's smaller than this. I think it's 7 or 8 carats. I'm not sure which one this is. I think it's 7 or 8 carats, but it looks huge. It looks a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to ask the audience, like, do you also feel that it really complements the shape of the finger? For me, it just elongates the finger as well, the way that Ashoka is cut. Let's
I
see
mean,
what.
I think it kind of elongates your fingers, you know,
Mhm.
and it's very, very, well, you know what? It's very feminine, but it just also, you know, if you think about it, like then we have it this way, which I think is so cool. We do it sideways.
Yeah.
My original ring was a sideways ring. So we call this, not this one, but when we do sideways, it's usually called the Eve ring because that's the way I used to like
Ah,
it. Because it's also very, when you do it like that, it makes it less, not this one, because this one actually, oh, here it is. Wait, I'll show you something. I think this is really cool. This is the ring. We haven't decided yet if we're going to set it this way. I don't know if you have this picture. Can you see
let's
this?
see.
It's not really in here, so it's hard to see. I think you have it, but you may have it. Anyway, this is just like, it's a 12 karat Ashoka. Whoops. Okay, we're not going to do that. It's a 12 karat Ashoka, but set sideways.
Yeah.
It just gives it a more like casual everyday look. Even though it's a big stone, it's not as in your face as when we do it, you know, like in a trilogy with stones around it.
There's someone asking, can Ashoka be used in colored gemstones? So we just showed the sapphire and
Yes.
the emeralds, but can pretty much any stone be cut in this shape?
Yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
actually have, we've cut, like I cut an iolite. Here and there, I'll take like semi-precious stones and cut them and just, I love doing that because I love mixing the white Ashokas with color. It's,
Hmm.
you know, not just you know, with emerald, sapphires, and rubies, which are fantastic, but, you know, with other stones as well.
Perfect. I'm going to ask some questions from the audience, which I didn't have a chance to ask. But before that, since we're talking about diamonds, I was wondering if you have a favorite quote about diamonds.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to use a quote from my father since he was the greatest inspiration in my life and in my diamond life for sure. Well, in every part of my life.
Hmm.
But he always said the essence of diamonds is to bring joy into people's lives. And, you know, I might have said something like that before, but it really, it is true. You know, it brings a smile to people's faces. And I feel really fortunate to be in a business selling a product that makes people smile in that way. So it's pretty special. He gave us quite an amazing legacy.
We have someone in the audience. Jill is saying, I have an Ashoka wedding band. It's spectacular. Amazing.
Hi, Jill. I
Well,
know Jill.
there were lots of lovely comments here, which I didn't have time to say, but there were lots of compliments about the actual stone. So I want to join those compliments. But a couple of questions. So, did you keep the first stone you cut, or do you make any stone for yourself?
Say that again. You mean for
The question is, did you
myself
keep the first
personally?
stone you cut? I mean,
No, we don't. You know what? We don't believe in just like holding on to stones. We believe in selling them. There's so many times that a stone will come by and I'm like, I don't want to sell this stone. It's so beautiful and I just want to look at it. But you know, my dad, like I'll give you an example. We had all these famous diamonds which are on our website, and there was a 5 carat red, the
right.
red shield, which was incredible. It was the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, the color, everything. And I would have liked to have like spent more time with it, but my father sold it like very quickly, found a customer and sold it, you know. So we're all about, you know, we love to enjoy it, but you know, we also like to have other people, you know, get the pleasure out of owning these stones.
I guess you get attached to some gems are so unique and you can't help falling in love with them. But then when they find a new home, I mean, what can you do? You just have to let them go. Has there
Exactly.
actually, in your long career, has there been a time when you fell in love with the gem and you didn't want to say goodbye and you still remember it?
It was, I would say it was that 5 carat red.
Right.
That was the one because it was very, very special and took a long time, you know, to cut it and get the right shape and color. And my father had really spent a lot of time traveling to Brazil to track down this stone and to purchase it. So it was very meaningful for us as a company. But otherwise, there was one. It's funny. There was this one cushion cut that I really loved, and it was gorgeous. It was very like laid out. It was kind of flat. It was 7 carats. Looked like it was 12 carats, and but it had this imperfection, and it
Right.
didn't bother me until one day I set it in a ring, and I was wearing it, and I was at someone's house for dinner, and someone asked to look at it, and she looks at it, and she goes, "What's that thing in the stone?" And I was like, oh God, I can't wear this anymore. That was the
Oh.
end of that. But it was it was something about the cut of the stone that it was so beautiful. It was an old cushion cut. I really loved it. But yeah, the imperfection didn't work.
There is one question from the audience. Do you have a favorite era of diamonds?
Era?
Or maybe favorite, maybe not era of diamonds, but favorite maybe time of, you know, diamond jewelry, maybe like Art Deco or Victorian jewelry
No,
style
I would
with
definitely
diamonds.
say Art Deco. I would definitely say Art Deco. And my mom, you know, has a beautiful collection of, she loved estate pieces. She liked old pieces. My mom didn't really like new jewelry. So she has a lot of beautiful, you know, bracelets from the Art Deco era and necklaces and things also. So I would say that was probably my favorite.
Guys who is just joining, if you missed the first part of this conversation, I will save, someone in the audience, please save this video. I will save this video. It will be on my IGTV, so you'll be welcome to watch it at your convenience. Nothing is going to be lost from our conversation. One more question here. What is the largest Ashoka diamond?
The largest, I'm pretty sure it was 48 carats. That was the largest that we ever sold. And that
Okay, yeah,
was 48 carats would probably look like it was 60. I mean, it was unbelievable, unbelievable. But we sold that.
do you know what happened to it? What kind of piece of jewelry it got set into? Or
I think at the end of the day, because it was hanging from a necklace. It was a pendant, but I think we turned it into a ring. And then I think what we did was we created a setting where they could wear it either way,
right.
because really looked so beautiful as a pendant hanging from a long necklace, but it was also, and I think we've done that, you know, where it's kind of like transformable, where it could be a pendant or it could be a ring. I don't do that a lot, but for special
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, we do.
So,
Someone,
guys, I would like to encourage you to ask your questions now because we are coming through the end of this lovely chat. And I just want to make sure we have time for all the questions. And even if we don't, you can always DM to William Goldberg account and ask questions there. Now, let's see if there is anything else. If you could pass on one piece of wisdom to all those working in the industry you've learned in your career, what would it be? Good question.
I would say that that you have to have passion for what you do. I think that the most important thing is that whatever you do in life, you have to really love what you're doing and be passionate about it. And that was something, my father was extremely, a very passionate person in all areas of his life, but especially for diamonds and especially for his business, his family and his business, I would say. But I think, you know, having a passion for what you do is the most important thing. If you go to work and it's just a job and you don't really love what you're doing, that that that's that's not a great way to go through life. So I think you always have to find, you know, what you love to do.
Exactly. Do it with passion or don't do it at all.
Yeah, I mean,
um,
it's not always so easy, but you know, in our business, I think, you know, people who are in our business really love it and, you know, are passionate for it. And, you know, it's also, I think you have to like kind of step out of your comfort zone sometimes and
mhm.
really, you know, sometimes you're doing the same thing over and over again. And, you know, it just becomes very routine and you think that's the only way to do it, but you have to like think a little bit more outside of the box and think like, how can I do this differently? Or how can I do it better? How can I service, you know, my client better and, you know, be more attuned to what their needs are. And I think that's really important.
Mark is asking the best memory of your father. Oh,
Mm.
it doesn't have to be jewelry related. Maybe you can tell us some story.
But the best memory of my father was probably he used to travel a lot for business. So he would be gone when I was little. He would be gone most of the, you know, during the week and come home on the weekends. And he would always bring me back. My sister Deborah and I, both of us, he would bring us back like a doll from that
Oh,
from wherever he was in the world. And I still have that collection of dolls of, you know, he would always bring something back. And the other thing that was really, I just thought of another one. When I was 10 years old, my sister was 12, he gave each of us a diamond. And I still have, I should have brought it out. It's a 10-point round diamond set in a yellow gold setting. And he gave each of us a diamond as like our first diamond as a gift when I was 10 years old. And that was special. And I can't believe I actually still have it. And I'm so afraid. I want to put it on a pendant. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose it. I've held it for so many years that that
oh,
does sit in my vault.
wow. So great. I dare to say how many dolls are in that collection.
There's a lot of dolls there. You know what, when I have a granddaughter, my daughter had them for a while and now they're sitting in a box somewhere. I hope they're in good condition, but when I have a granddaughter, she will get those dolls.
Oh, fantastic. Someone's asking, how did you come up with the name Ashoka? But I think, guys, you have to rewatch this stream because we already spoke about it. Maybe just in 2 words, you'll go back to this warrior who was transformed.
Right. Well, we actually didn't give it the name. There was one original Ashoka cut, and it was actually Harry Winston. In the Harry Winston book, the original, like famous diamonds book from Harry Winston, they named it the Ashoka, the original. So we didn't come up with the name. I wish I could say it was that original, but we didn't come up with it.
Perfect. All right. Great. I was so happy to have you here. I hope next our meeting will be in real life.
I
I don't
hope
know
so.
when, but let's be positive, right?
Definitely. It will definitely happen. I would love to see you again and anywhere in the world, somewhere we'll make it happen.
Perfect. Hopefully I'll get, by the, you know what? I was meant to travel to New York like literally a week before lockdown last year. I think even a few days before that.
Oh my,
So unfortunately, yeah, New York trip that hasn't happened at that time, but hopefully at some point in the future. I want to thank
definitely.
everyone. Sorry, go on.
No, no, I said definitely. That's all.
Perfect. Guys, thank you all for being here and for joining this conversation. Eve, great thanks for joining me too. And have a wonderful day. And everyone have a wonderful evening or day
Thank
or whatever
you.
you are.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. Loved it. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.